Going to get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And serve live sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, we got Zawacky with us, Alex Smart, Jay Briggs, Tony Brown, Damian Sosh, Wayne Scott, and James Clark's with us. Here's how we'll line up for this evening. We got Smart, Sosh, Brown, Clark, Briggs, Scott, Zawacky. Then I will close this one out. All right. Baseball on the board here. We got preseason football returning Thursday, and of course, 7 games from college football on Saturday. So here we go with a lot of overlapping coverage. But today it's baseball, so let's get this one underway. Let's welcome in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dodge Premium. He's been on tear over on the leaderboard, so bring him in right now. Alex, what's happening?
Good, Tony. How's everything tonight? We're gonna attack some baseball tonight. I mean, there's not a lot to go after, so I guess it is going to be baseball anyway. So we've got a situation here. We've got a Cubs and Tigers matchup, interleague matchup. And what's interesting is the Tigers are actually playing some surprising baseball, but the Cubs are playing top tier brands of baseball. They're on a 22-9 stretch, and Detroit has surprised of late. Some nice underdog winners. For anybody who backed them. And tonight's pitching matchup, I'm just going to call that, we'll call that a draw on 2 pitchers that I don't really consider to be in the upper echelon mark, anywhere near the echelon mark anyway, with Olsen going to the hill along with Smiley. And so, sort of discounting that, I think overall the Cubs have the better bullpen, especially of late. And like I said, I know Detroit's playing good baseball, but it's interesting to know there's some interesting trends that sort of come into play here. Something you have to consider when you go against a Detroit team that's been highly inconsistent over the last couple of years. Detroit's lost 10 of the last 12 on the money line in home games after having won 4 or 5 of their last 6 games this season. And over the long term, this is just not a team that's been consistent. But obviously, this year that is what I'm getting at. They're just not very consistent. So don't look for any long runs to continue here into September. On the other hand, the Cubs are 8-1 against the money line in road games this year against American teams like Detroit with a on-base percentage of 320 or less in the second half of the season. And that's over the last 3 seasons, actually. So, I know these are different teams, different stuff's been going on, but, history, despite of not being able to always repeat itself, does have a way of mimicking itself, like we always like to say. It's also interesting to note, despite of Smiley's sort of like subpar performances of late, he is 14-6. His team was anyway against the money line in road games, and he's only against 4 base running teams. Something definitely that the Tigers suffer from 0.5 or less stolen bases per game over the last 2 seasons. So anyway, that's where we're at. I'm just going to go with a hotter team. I mean, it's a good concept. Hotter team, team that has something to look forward to, and it's the Cubs.
There we go, Alex. Here on the Cubs, -115 here against the Tigers. Yeah, interesting here with the bats with these Tigers. It's tough to trust them, especially against left-handers this year. They've had their struggles. 226 against lefty starters, 10-19 straight up record.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, there's just, like I said, sometimes it's a KISS situation. Keep it simple. Stupid situation is, hey, what's the better team? What's a team on a mission? And I know Detroit could upset, and they've proven they can upset some teams with some great games. But overall, Chicago looks like they're on a mission as we head towards September, and that's a team I'm willing to back right now at short odds on the road.
All right, Cubs -115 here against the Tigers. This one will have a start time here of 6:40 Eastern Time. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge. Nice action, showing great results here over the last 30 days. Now up to 887 units of profit with this 24-hour clock over the past 30 days. Baseball, 15-game card on the board. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Well, we just got one Major League best bet on board for this evening, and but what I'm going to have is I'm going to have at least 3 college football selections coming up for the weekend, and some of them are already on board. So if you're interested in a long-term package, you can get in today and you can have a look, and maybe you'll be very impressed with how much money you make in the long term by by backing me over a long-term period of time. So.
That's right, guys. Got aboard with Doug Smart over at Pick Dogs. From you see the great results over the last 3 days. We can now call that 887 units of profit. Best bet of the day from baseball up there. And of course, you may consider the way Alex is running his 1 month pass. Get all of Alex's pre and place here for 30 days. All his baseball for 30 days. Of course, we got NFL week 1 and 2, and of course, week 3 of the preseason. If he's in action, there is covered. Of course, college football week 0 and week 1 and 2 now, as we'll get deeper into September with that 1 month all sports pass. So, great time to get that 30-day all sports pass with all these sports overlapping. You can even save 15% when you use that promo code PICK at checkout. By the way, you can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, and you will save even more money with that promotion. So guys, you can just scroll down to verify these records on Alex's handicapper page, and of course you'll see every play. It's documented fully here at Pick Dogs. All right, Alex, is always great having you here on the show. Of course, you keep up that great work as you're rolling here with the numbers, and we'll catch up with you again next actually on Thursday. But I want to ask you a question here. College football coming up here. This was something that came up at Bet Bash. I was involved in that with the college football. I want to ask one of the questions there to some of the panels there about this rolling clock on first down in college football. How do you look at that? How are you going to factor that into your handicap, if at all?
Well, you know what? Yeah, I know. We've had so many discussions, and I guess I have to see how the defenses line up. I have to see a lot more from certain teams, and then I'll be able to assess more how it would be applied to individual games. Like I said, I've heard a lot of different things from a lot of different handicappers, and it's going to be interesting. It makes me wonder about totals. It makes me wonder, but to see that this is the thing, and while we think we have an edge, trying to figure this stuff out, the lines makers are way ahead of us. Now way ahead of us, and I mean, they rarely make mistakes. And, the edges are very, very small. And you really have to be paying attention to line movements and everything else. Now, I'm trying to be political. It's almost like a political but I hope you get the gist of what I'm saying. It's just going to take me some time to sort of apply it to what's going to happen this season.
Yeah, it might be in the number because you got these hurry-up teams anyway. They're going to want to snap the ball right away. Some of these slow-down teams will be slower. Probably take it by game basis. On average, I believe the ACC president went on record saying they're trying to shorten the games, probably 5 to 7 fewer plays on average. Some may more than others. So again, I think it's a game-by-game situation based on these up-tempo offenses, right? How fast they get to the line of scrimmage and how quick they want to snap the ball. It may not even impact some of these. When you think of Kiffin, it may not impact him at all in Ole Miss.
Yeah, it'd be super interesting if we could get an edge on the lines makers, would they? But I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen. We got some great minds in Vegas and around the world now when it comes to lines making and advanced algorithms, advanced AI that sort of helps all along. So we're in a fist fight here. An MMA like in the middle of the ring. Knock it out, beat it down kind of situation with the books. So.
We've seen actually here since the opener, we've seen the money on the over, 2 points of movement on the over Hawaii Vandy. We've seen 3 points to the over here, UTEP Jacksonville State. We've seen that no, as I would expect, nothing movement here. Ohio San Diego State, USC and San Jose State. This line was open at 63.5 up to 66.5. We're seeing some 67s now at the sharpest book in the world. A big move here of 3.5 points to the total with San Jose USC, and I think and Navy Notre Dame's gone up about a point from the total. So we've seen actually some of the movement over. Maybe they're thinking maybe the lines maker adjusted it too much here.
Yeah, that's absolutely a possibility, and we'll find out. That's why I just like to sit and wait sometimes and see how it all, sort of works itself out. Because sometimes when we see these huge line movements, it's somewhere between whales and somewhere between sharps, and what the public actually thinks. So, I know that a lot of the people like to point towards, this is sharp money. This is definitely a sharp money movement. But I've seen some dumbass players from, I'm not picking on a state or anything, in Texas that have more money than brains, and I've seen them put $500,000 down. And, I don't want to mention any names, but we know a few of them. I mean, they've been in the public, and they're just these are not sharp bettors. So we'll see.
Yep, we'll see how it rolls here. Interesting comments here from Alex Smart. Been in the business a long time, and I get to get his comments there. All right, Alex, have a great rest of the week. We'll catch up with you again on Thursday.
Take care, Tony.
You as well. Alex Smart here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Welcome in Damian Sosh. We'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We're producing great numbers as well here up on the site. So we'll get Damon in right now. Damon, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. How's it going?
It's going great. All right, here we go. Tonight, Rangers and D-backs going head-to-head. We see the Diamondbacks favorite at -110 with a total of 8.5.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks, they took game one of this series. They scored 3 runs in the 11th with 2 outs, actually, for the 4-3 win. And I'm liking them again tonight. Both these teams are in a playoff hunt here. Rangers own a 1.5 game lead out there over the Astros in the AL West. And the Diamondbacks are just a half game back of the final wild card spot in the National League. And we have a pretty good pitching matchup in this one. John Gray of the Rangers going against Zach Gallen here, the Diamondbacks. Gray is 8-6 in the year, 3.52 ERA in the season. However, Gray has had problems with the Diamondbacks in his career, and he's faced them a ton. 19 career starts, 5-7 overall with a 5.66 ERA. But in his most recent outings, his last 5 starts against Arizona, 0-1, 7.43 ERA. So you can see, whether it be start number 1 or start number 19, he has not fared well against his Diamondbacks team. Gallen, meanwhile, 13-5 on the season, 3.17 ERA. And what I like most about Gallen is his dominance on the mound at home this season. He has gone 10-1 at home, an ERA of 1.82. Texas, they're coming in slumping. They've lost 5 in a row. They've scored a total of just 14 runs in those 5 games. And I don't see them having an easy time with Gallen tonight. D-backs have won 6 of their last 7 and 8 out of their last 10. And that's who we're going with tonight, Tony.
All right, there we go with Damon here on the D-backs. -108 here against the Rangers. Diamondbacks trying to re-rally here. They've had some cold streaks. And speaking of a streaky team, Texas now has found themselves in some precarious situations here as there's a big battle here to get in the playoffs now as we got some teams really surging, some teams going the other way. And, you got to be concerned here with this Rangers team as they're having some difficulty here hitting the baseball over their past 7 games, just .231 hitting average. And here you go looking at a Gallen, probably a long shot here for the Cy Young, but could be in a discussion, I think, the next couple of years.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, Texas, they've been crushing the ball all year, but as you mentioned, they are struggling of late. Gallen, just his dominance at home, I kind of like him to slow down or keep the Texas bats kind of silent in this one. And, baseball, it's a long season. Texas does have a good team, so if they're going to hit a slump, you might as well do it now and then get hot for a possible playoff run there. But as for this game, like I said, Gallen's been dominant at home, and I like him to keep it going here against the Rangers tonight.
All right, Damon on Diamondbacks, -108 here against the Rangers. This one to have a start time here of 9:40 Eastern time. All right, Damon, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs, producing great results here in Major League Baseball. Among the top unit producers at Pick Dogs right now, 1,429 units of profit from Major League Baseball, a full 15-game card. What do you have going on over at the site?
Big card, as you mentioned tonight, Tony. I have one play for sale individually. That's my X Factor play. And then I also have my triple play, which obviously you can get 3 plays in that one, and a little bonus play out there for anybody that has a long-term plan. And, that's the way to go, guys, a long-term plan. We had a really good run last year in college football. We're going to have we're going to be even better this year in college football. And you guys touched on it. Week 0. Is coming up, so hop on board one of those long-term plans, guys.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Damian Sosh over at Pick Dogs. 1,429 units of profit in Major League Baseball document. Also coming off a successful winning season in college football, 858 units of profit. So good time to get on board with Damon. He's got a college football season pass up there, or if you prefer, you can get a 1-year pass, including all sports, or if you want to try them out for a month, that 30-day pass, great time right now. Week 0, week 1, week 2, college football in that 1-month all sports pass, as well as the preseason here, week 1 and 2 NFL with that 1-month pass, all the baseball for 30 days, making it a great time to get on board with Damian Sosh over at Pick Dogs. All right, Damon, it's always so great having you on the show. See that success. We'll catch up with you Thursday. But of course, we're looking at this Notre Dame and Navy game. You being that Notre Dame fan, showing an opener at 21. A little money coming here on the dog Navy. Of course, there's some question marks regarding the health of the Navy quarterbacks. We'll see how that plays out. But 21 now, I'm seeing some of these books, 20.5 still up there with Navy favorite. I'm sorry, with Notre Dame favorite.
Yeah, not giving away too much here, but yeah, I like in Notre Dame. Remember, it's a little bit different kind of animal when you have the whole offseason to prepare for the Navy option. And that's what Notre Dame's had. I know, granted, they have a new coach. Maybe from what I'm seeing, they might be rotating quarterbacks in this game. One more of a runner, one more of a passer. And that kind of tips maybe your hand a little bit as to what play might be run. But for the first time in a long while, Notre Dame kind of had their quarterback situation already coming into this one. There's no quarterback battle. Sam Hartman, is going to be the QB there. So I expect a much better year out of Marcus Freeman here with his second full year as Notre Dame head coach.
Yeah, let's see how the defense does here. And, of course, there are some banged-up Navy quarterbacks. Of course, they heard a knee injury. The backup got injured in playing lacrosse, so we'll see how healthy they are. Because there was talk that maybe we might see a third or fourth stringer in this game out there. And it's funny they're still sprinkling the starters here for Navy, so still question marks there how effective they'll be. And, of course, Navy here trying to, with the first-year head coach, I think it's a lot here. First-year head coach for Navy, former defensive coordinator, and having to manage this trip in your first head coaching responsibility. That's a huge responsibility there. All right, Damon, is also great having you on the show. To that success, and we'll catch up with you again in a few days.
Thanks, Tony. Have a good night.
You as well. Damian Sosh here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on here on the coverage. If you missed a pick, you joined us just a second ago. We'll recap the plays at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. We're going to head out to Las Vegas, Nevada. Time to welcome in Tony Brown. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll get Tony in right now. We've got some baseball coverage. Dodgers on the road right now facing the Guardians in an interesting battle here as we got the Dodgers out there here. We'll bring him in right now. Bring in Tony Brown. Tony Brown, what's happening?
Tony T, what's going on, brother?
It's going great. All right, here we go. Top of the hour. Dodgers on the road here, where they've had some success here in these road games here against some of these down teams. Dodgers and Guardians going head-to-head. Dodgers minus 185. We see that total of 9.
Yeah, you were just speaking earlier about how teams are going in separate directions and things are starting to shape up for the postseason run. The Dodgers have been one of the hottest teams in baseball. They were 11-0 going into their last game, and they lost, unfortunately. But still, after 12, that still puts them at 11-1. Then they have the day off, and they're coming off a loss. Statistically, that goes back to what Alex said. Keep it simple, stupid. Nobody has played better this year than the Dodgers after a loss. Like, they're like the Avengers. If you beat them once, the next game they're coming for you. So they're number one in the league in that stat, and with the rest coupled with that, I mean, like I said, these games aren't played on paper, but sometimes the stats are too much to ignore. One of the hottest teams in baseball, the home field advantage won't be enough for the Guardians. The 185 is a little too rich for my blood, so we're going to lay the run line on that and hope the Dodgers win big on the road.
All right, Tony Brown on the Dodgers run line, lay the run and a half minus 119, minus 115 here against the Guardians. This Dodger team, boy, they get hit with another injury. Tony Gonsolin, there's questions that he may not even pitch the rest of the season. He's got some sort of issue here physically, and he's had some struggles. But again, Bobby Miller expected starter tonight. And again, Pepe, it looks like he'll be coming back in. We're still waiting to hear word on Buehler, whether or not he'll come back. Remember, he had that Tommy John surgery. But I'm just about, this was supposed to be the down season for the Dodgers, right? Everybody said, well, they had the excuse was built in, right? They're dealing with all these injuries. They didn't do much in free agency. They're saving their money for Ohtani. But you look up here on August 22nd, and they're 76-47. A win tonight, and they'll be 30 games over 500.
Number one in the NL West, number 3 in the league overall. You know what I mean? Like, the Dodgers are one of those teams. Like, I don't want to just say we can replace anyone, because some guys can't be replaced. Like, you're not replacing Walker Buehler, you're not replacing Kershaw and guys of that nature. But we have the farm system and we have the backups and stuff to where we can hold the ship down. And like the Dodgers, we talk about this all the time, not just with the Dodgers, but like when these teams are on 7-game losing streaks and the bad teams in the league, it's not just the players, it's all the way up to the managers, the organizations, the fans. Like, it goes a lot to be a bad team. It takes a lot to be a good team. Like, we don't have the type of fans that, we're not going to show up because the star players are out and all that. We're still selling out every night. We got great coaching. It's just a lot that goes into the Dodgers organization, and that's why they were still able to win and overcome through all these injuries.
Yeah, and believe it or not, they're within arm's length of Atlanta to get home field if they get to the NL NLCS. It looks like this Dodgers and Atlanta, looking possibly in an NLCS, but right now Atlanta would hold the home field. I don't think any of these teams need home field. I just throw it out there because I think both these teams are capable of winning on the road.
They both are. You mentioned that at the top of the show, or at the top of our segment at least, about how the Dodgers were so good on the road. And that's what it takes to be a complete team. You know what I mean? Everyone has a nice homestand, or you'll see these teams with horrible road records and great home records. You got to win away from home, because even in a 7-game series, it's still 3 games that's not at your house. So the Braves as well, too. They have even better record than us on the road. So you said that great. That would be a great NLCS showdown. Both of these teams are capable of winning on the road, but home field advantage does come a lot, man. It's a Game 7. It's all tied and all the marbles. I think the crowd out there at Chavez Ravine is a little bit better than the people in the Dome in Atlanta. So I think that would be a long run for us to get home field advantage, and it would go a long way.
Yeah, no Buehler, no May. Gonsolin looks like he's out, but you got Urias back, Kershaw in there. And they tried to find maybe Buehler. Lynn has been surprising. They told him just throw the fastball. That seems to be working for Lynn. And of course, the bullpen, you always got to this bullpen, like every other bullpen, hot or cold, right? Some days they look great. We know sometimes they get pounded. We'll see how it all falls out in the postseason. But there's still a lot left to go here. You don't want to get complacent here. It looks like you're running away with the division. Dodgers run line, lay the run in half, -119 against the Guardians. This one to have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for nice action. Just baseball on the board. 15 games on the board. We're heading into a football week, of course. We got the NFL preseason, 16 games on the schedule. 7 games from college football here on a Saturday. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, it's a huge card on the board, and I have a lot of plays. I hate sounding like a broken record, but I usually pick 1 or 2 games, 3 games or whatever. Whenever I have a lot of games and pick a lot, we always have a big day. 6 out of 7, 8 out of 10 when I do a Tony's 10-pack. Today we have 5 big plays. I'm parlaying them personally. I think we go 5 for 5, but we only need 3 out of 5 to turn a profit. So I love every play that I picked today. It was my 5 best plays on the board. I have it tonight in a 5-pack. Get them all and crush your bookie.
Crush your bookie indeed with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, he's got that 5-pack up there. You may want to consider long-term passes. Of course, right now with all these sports overlapping. But Tony Brown, you have that VIP 1-year all sports pass. You're stationed there in Vegas. You cover all the major sports. You do very well in them. NHL, we're just 50 days away from when they drop the puck for real. We're heading into training camp into next month. All the football, the basketball, that 1-year VIP pass is a great value.
Yeah, it is, especially because this year I'm dedicating myself to the other sports. I mean, I've always been at the top of the ladder in baseball and hockey, but now I want to put that same dedication that I did with the NHL and made it to number 1. I want to put that into the season, in the NBA season, in the postseason. So I'm really, really going to turn a corner in handicapping, and I hope you guys come with me. I got a lot of great stuff. I've been working with some great people, and I think we're going to make a lot of money this season. And if you get these season passes individually, you'll pay a fortune if you get the football pass, the baseball playoff pass, the World Series pick. But with the VIP year, you get every single pick I release for a full 365 days of play. So that's the playoffs, the championship picks, that's all included. It's no upselling. It's not a single season. It's a full year, 365 days of play for one low price.
One low price, guys. Get on board with Tony Brown's 1-year all sports pass, the VIP pass up there. Pick as a promo code. You'll save 15% off, which is nearly $200 off that 1-year all sports pass. So get on board with Tony Brown. All right, Tony, it's always great having you show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again next week. But have you looked into some of college football this week? Some of the teams got your attention?
Yeah, I remember I told you guys it's weird because I'm with all these LA teams that I love, but I'm a huge Notre Dame fan as well. So I hope Dame has a great season this year. I hope they kick the heck out of USC. I mean, everyone's leaving the Pac-12. That's ridiculous to me. But, yeah, we're about to have a great college football season, and I will be starting this week with the game that's coming up on Saturday. That's
right, 7 games on the board, so keep an eye there with Tony Brown. That 1-year pass will give you all the action. All right, Tony, have a great night. We'll catch up with you in a couple days.
All right, man. Appreciate being here. I'll see you guys in a few.
We'll see you in a few. Tony Brown here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on with our coverage. James Clark up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring James in. He's joining us here from the Skype world. We'll bring James here in just a second. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. So we're heading to the Skype world with James. James, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How you day, buddy?
Things going great. All right, here we go. Major League Baseball tonight between the Blue Jays and the Orioles. Playoff implications here as we wind down into this second half, the final quarter of the season. Orioles favored -108. We see that total of 8.
Yeah, guys, you look at these two teams, and they've both been playing pretty well. The last 5 games, both winning 3 of the last 5 games. But you look at this Orioles team. They've played this Blue Jays team 10 times this season, and they've beat them 8 out of 10 times. I mean, and then you're getting what we're getting -108, -105 with the team that seems like it's got the other team's number. You beat them 8 out of 10 times. I really like the Orioles tonight. They're red hot. Their bats have been red hot, and I look for them to keep keep it going, and take this game pretty easy against the Blue Jays. Just seems like that they just got the Blue Jays the number. They get up when they play the Blue Jays. So I really like the Orioles, and especially at the price we're getting, a better team. I really like the Orioles tonight to get an easy win.
All right, we got James here on the Orioles here at -106 against the Blue Jays. Of course, all the publicity today is coming about the Blue Jays pitcher Yusei Kikuchi, how he's been pretty much unhittable since the All-Star break.
Yeah, he has. He's been pitching pretty good. The pitching advantage, if you look at, you probably have to give the edge to the Blue Jays, but I just see the Orioles just pulling it out here. Like I said, they beat them 8 out of 10 times. I just think they got their number. It might take it. You might be able to pitch and duel the first the 5 innings. But I think at the end of the day, at the end of the 9 innings, I think the Orioles come out on top like they have 8 other times against this team.
There you go here. James here on the Orioles, -106 against the Blue Jays. This one to have a start time here, top of the hour, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. James producing some great results. James over at Pick Dogs, as we can see here. 1,700 units of profit. Major League Baseball has been on top of the unit leaderboards here over at Pick Dogs for Major League Baseball. Big lineups tonight here from Major League Baseball. A 15-game card beginning in about 10 minutes. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, they got a 3-pack going on. 3 plays that I really love. Look to go 3-0 tonight, guys. Been real hot here in baseball. Number 1 unit winner right now on the site. And it's number 1 in MLB last year. I'm back at it again this year. So, get this 3-pack, and after we go 3-0, upgrade 3, save them 30 days. Or guys, even, the rest of I got the rest of the year package for MLB. Been real hot. Look at that. It's almost, if you buy that, then it's close to a month, and you're getting what a month costs, and you're getting, up until November 1st. To the World Series, you're still getting 2 or 3 months of baseball. So check that out. Or guys, like I say every time I'm on the show, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far. So team me up with any of the cappers that's on the site or on the show today, and we'll put some money in your pockets.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with James Clark over at Pick Dogs Premium. Excellent job in baseball. 1,700 units of profit, all documented over the site. Last 7 days, all sports combined, showing great profit as well. Last 7 days, 3-pack from baseball from James on the board. You want to try him out here the way he's running? You get that 7-day pass. Get all of James' premium plays for 7 days. All his baseball. NFL preseason here Thursday here. It restarts again. Of course, college football, those 7 games indeed with that 7-day pass. Pick is a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. But if you're just a baseball person, he does have his baseball pass up there, and you can apply that promo code there to save that money. All right, James, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you soon.
All right, Tony. Appreciate you having me on the show tonight. Let's cash some tickets, guys, and see y'all in a few days.
See y'all in a few days indeed. Tony, we have James Clark here on the drive too. Let's continue on here on the show, guys. Reminder, any picks you missed, we're going to recap for you here at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive through. Up next, we're going to head over to Jay Briggs, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. I think we're going to get his game set up here in just a second. I think we're set to roll here, so let's go ahead and bring him in. Jay put up some pretty good numbers, as you guys can tell. We'll show the results in just a minute, but we'll get in Jay 1 second here. We'll get Jay in here for you guys in just a second. Here we go. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening?
Going great. All right, here we go tonight. Twins and Brewers going head-to-head. This one's been around even throughout the overnights and this evening. Twins short favorites, minus 105, total of 8.
Yes, sir. This should be a decent game tonight. The Minnesota Twins have won both games this year between these two teams. But I'm taking the Brew Crew. I'm taking the Milwaukee Brewers here in this one. Quite frankly, I just saw the Brewers come to Texas and sweep my team. Something that no team has done this year in Texas. And I think that bodes well. Not only did they beat us, man, they looked good doing it. And I think that momentum carries over into this series where they find themselves back at home. I don't like that the Twins are coming off a pretty substantial homestand, so now they find themselves out on the road. And I don't think they really took advantage of that home series like they could have against some pretty inferior competition. And I think that getting the better team, the Brewers at even money here at home, coming off of their best series of the year, I think it's a great place to be. So taking Milwaukee Brewers here, straight up on the money line.
All right, we got Jay coming here with these the Brew Crew here on the money line. Go ahead and even money, or you could minus 105. Of course, you got to do your line shopping, obviously, to get the best number here. So we're looking here, expecting to look like Ober here on the mound. Miley going here for this Brewers team. Ober's been kind of hit up a little. Ober had a pretty good start to the season, right? You kind of look at the overall numbers and you say, well, he's not too bad. But when you look deeper, over his past 4 starts, 15 runs allowed in 19 innings.
Yeah, Ober had a good little run going there for a while, but it hasn't been pretty recently, and I don't really see today as a get-right spot, not against this Brewers team that got to this Rangers in their last series out on the road. So I just think that the momentum carries over. Y'all know I think the Twins are a 50-50 team, meaning they have a legitimate shot to lose on a daily basis, and I'm going to take the other side here. I'm going to take the Milwaukee Brewers, the Brew Crew.
That's right. Here we got them, the Brew Crew, at even money here against the Twins. Twins have struggles again. Lefty this year, just 220, averaging 3.3 runs a game in the bullpen for the Twins over the past 10, ERA over 6. That's why I've been scratching my head. So looking at this line last night and today, Brewers even money here against the Twins to have a start time here of 8 p.m. Eastern time, not to mention Ober's current form. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, 15 games on the board for Major League Baseball starting in about 6 minutes. 1,022 units of profit for Jay over the past 30 days. Document over at Pick Dogs. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yes, sir. We're still in the middle of baseball, and I'm still cooking it up, man. I got 3 Major League Baseball plays for y'all in a money-making 3-pack, or I have my $19 play of the day. We did 3 in a row, had a nice plus money winner yesterday, taking the Astros on the run line. And I really like today's play as well. So you can hop on that as we go for four in a row. You can hop on the money-making 3-pack, get all my plays today. Or you can hop on something long-term. You can hop on the week, or you can hop on the month as we got football on the horizon. NFL will be back. And we got college starting this weekend. So football is back, baby. Hop on with me long-term, man. Let's continue to put up some good units. You see the last 30 days, we've definitely been doing that. So we're just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. Pair me up. 2 for 1 capper special, 3 for 1 capper special, 4 for 1 capper special. Pair me up with your favorite guys here at Pick Dogs, man. Let's continue making some money.
Thanks for what you do with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs. When you see the great results over the last 30 days, 1,022 units of profit. Jay on the board tonight, money making 3-pack from baseball or the long-term pass. The way Jay's running, why not get that 1-month all sports pass? All of Jay's premium plays here for 1 month. All his baseball, of course, that covers NFL preseason, of course, the first 2 weeks of the regular season. Week 1, week 2 here of college football with that 1-month pass, because this will take you deep into September with that 1-month pass. So great time to get on board. Pick is a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again on the show on a Thursday, I believe. Thursday we'll have you back. Let everybody know about what you have gone over at Pick Dogs. We catch you on the morning shows and, of course, your preseason rundown from the NFL.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can catch me on the morning show with Mitch and Chris Monday through Friday, and you can catch me Saturday through Sunday as I host the weekend show. So a lot of my face here at Pick Dogs, and like Tony T just said, I do have a preseason series as I cover every preseason game every week. Currently number 2 in NFL preseason on the documented plays this year. I was number 1 last year. I got to go get it from David to close it out in week 3 this week. We'll see if I can close it out and finish back-to-back. But I also will have me and Ron. We've been talking, and so I'm going to be doing the NFL rundown this year as well. So be on the lookout for that. Week 1 on the horizon, man. Football is here, and Ron's going to be doing the college football. So be on the lookout for him as well, as we got a lot going on here at Pick Dogs.
Rundown's coming from Jay, guys. Be sure to check it out. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so when these plays drop, you get them right away. And, of course, hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again Thursday.
Yes, sir, Tony T. I'll see you on Thursday.
See you Thursday. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you miss a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, we're going to bring in Wayne Scott, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Wayne in right now. Let me see what time this game begins. Some of you guys with those 6:40 games, you don't want to. If you're scheduled late, you don't want to give out those games. Let's bring him in right now. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We're going to go right to the game because, of course, he does have that game at 6:40. So let's bring him in. We'll bring in Wayne in. Let's see if we can bring him in here in just a second. Wayne, what's happening? You're just going to have to go with it right now. We're about minutes from start time.
That's cool. You can hear me, Tony?
Can hear you. Yep.
All right, what's going on, Pick Dog fam? In this game right here, I'm going straight to it. We're going to the side in this game, and I'm taking the over. You got both of these teams batting their lights off. I'm thinking Colorado just batting like that, maybe because it was against the White Sox. Series before that, they gave all they had to Arizona. We got Tampa Bay smacking the Angels, smacking San Fran, but before that, let's just hear some of these run totals. On Colorado's side, they had 5 runs, 11 runs, 14 runs. We getting into touchdown numbers here. 7 runs, 5 runs, and 6 runs. On the other side of that, Tampa Bay's last game, 18 runs, 6 runs, 9 runs, 6 runs. We got an outlier with a shutout. We got 10 runs after that. Tampa Bay has been 6-4 in their last 10 when it comes to the over at home. Tampa Bay is also the number 1 team. If you just bet them randomly after they win to go over, they hit 60% of the time. To back this up with both of these teams hitting hot right now, we got not so good pitchers with Todd Blatch on Colorado's side and Zach Little on Tampa's side. Zach Little, he's 3.9 ERA and 1.6. But in this scenario, he's at home at night. His numbers get even worse in that scenario in his home starts. He plays better on the road. I back him on the road. But at home, he gets smacked up. He has a 5.8 ERA. On the other side of that, Todd Blatch, same with him. 4.1 ERA, 1.6. But in this scenario, when he's on the road in the night game, those numbers rise up even more. The bats for these teams, like I mentioned, is being hot. I'm just going to quickly go over the numbers. Last 5 for the Rockies going against lefty, batting 309. The Rays on the other side, last 5 against Rockies last 5 against righties, batting 309. Rays last 5 against lefties, batting 277. Both of these bullpens have been up and down on the season, but when we're talking about last 10 to last 5 games, these bullpens are getting crushed. Rockies 7.8 ERA in their last 10, and the Rays 5.4 ERA in their last 10. With all that being said, total set at 8.5. I definitely feel comfortable betting that over 8.5 in this one today. Over
8.5. There are some 9s to do your line shopping. Get the best numbers here. Rockies-Rays over 8.5 in this one. Of course, the line there, of course, shows obviously the Rockies on the road where they, traditionally have not hit well this year. No different. 3.7 runs per game, 230 hitting average, but you're looking for a lot more runs hit production here from the Rays side, right?
Yes, like you said, the Rays definitely going to come out here and smash it as they have. Rockies haven't been hitting on the road, but when we go lately, they've been hitting good on the road and at home. And with the pitcher up, Little, he's going to give up a few runs. He might not give up as many runs as Blatch, but he will give up some runs. And Rockies' bullpen has just been getting crushed. As I mentioned, 7.8 ERA in their last 10, but even worse in their last 5, 9.7 ERA in their last 5. So it's hard to win games like that, and it's hard to win an under like that. Plenty of runs in this game, and I think they go over the 8.5, even 9. I think you'll be all right, even with Tony mentioning the Rockies not hitting as well on the road. I'm going with how they're doing recently, and they've been hitting the ball pretty well.
All right, Wayne here. Recent form, Rockies-Rays over 8.5. This one has started. All right, Wayne, let's go over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, we've gotten some games beginning now, so we're down to 12 games on the board for Major League Baseball. Fantastic results in Major League Baseball. 995 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dog. What do you have going on over at the site?
I have my best bet, and I have a 3-pack that may have started, but I know my best bet have not started, so you can always go over there and grab my play of the night, my bet that I'm betting the most on today, and you can grab that. And to avoid this happening, me coming on here and not getting my play off in enough time, you can always grab that 3-day, 7-day, or monthly or yearly pass, and you'll get my plays immediately. I normally drop my plays as early as possible, so you can get those plays immediately. And by getting one of them long-term passes, that'll put you on them ASAP.
That's right, guys. Got Wayne Wayne Scott over at Pick Dog Trim. Great results in Major League Baseball. 995 units of profit. So get on board with Wayne. Of course, you get the long-term pass as Wayne was talking about. 1 month pass is a great one. All of Wayne's premium plays for 30 days. We got all the NFL, college football, baseball overlapping right now. So get on board. Great value with the long-term passes. Pick is a promo code. You'll save that 15% off at checkout. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again on tomorrow's show.
Yes, sir. I'll be back here tomorrow to give you guys out another banger. Appreciate you for having me, Tony. Always a pleasure to be here. Take care, Pick Dog family. Good night. Good luck on your bets tonight.
You got it. Wayne Scott here on the Drive Thru. Guys, you missed a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. Up next, Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, he's been good to us here with his peripheral plays. I think he did say a streak was going to break last night. We all, you had to sweat it through, but you got those 2 scores late to get you home. So let's bring in Zawacky in right now. Catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. Bring him in right now. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much, and that streak did come to an end. Like I said, we talked about behind the scenes before yesterday's action, and definitely come to an end. All good things come to an end. You can't expect teams to give you winning streaks going. Winning streaks happen. That was the crazy winning streak there, and I also like another streak to end this week as well.
All right, here we go.
The Elks.
There you go. The Elks there from Rod Zawacky. We'll get some peripheral action here from Rod tonight. But first, we'll start with this Reds-Angels game. This line has been going up and up and up. Wow, this one's moved here. This was the original pitching matchup when they were going to play the game for I believe yesterday before the rain out. Or the bad field, poor field conditions. But anyway, Angels here favored -148, total 9.5.
Of course, this lines went up a little bit since the news just broke as the start of the show happened that Trout has been inserted back into the lineup, so he'll start for the Angels in this one tonight. So that's sort of the reason why everybody's jumping on the Angels here. But I was jumping on the Angels with or without him here in this one. Because you look at Giolito, and sure, Giolito on the road has been a complete fade. He's been awful on the road this season. 3-7 with a 6 ERA on the road this season. So yeah, Giolito on the road, not good. Giolito at home, he's been pretty serviceable at home. He his lone start here for the Angels at home, got a nice win there for him and the Angels. And on the other side, you got Ashcraft getting the start here for the Reds. You know what? He's been pitching well himself. Over his last 3, it's just lack of run support for Ashcraft. Look, he's 0-1 over his last 3, sub-3 ERA, sub-1 WHIP. So he's been pitching lights out. The Reds just haven't been giving him some run support. And you look, the Reds over the last 5 games, see reason why, no run support. Batting .208, which equates to about 3.5 runs per 9 over the last 5 versus right-handed pitching. And you look at the bookmakers must know something. They got Giolito's strikeout prop up at 7. And it's come down now. I see his spots down to 6.5. And you know what? I'm going to take that over. The way he pitches at home, I think this is a spot here. Even if Trout doesn't contribute a whole lot, just him being back in the lineup gives a little bit of boost to morale. I'm going to take Shohei to hit a home run. He hasn't hit one in his last 2 games. And you know what? He's on a .35 average, so he hits one about every 3 games. Well, this is his 3rd game. So take Shohei Ohtani to hit us a nice anytime home run. A little bonus play for you there. I take the Angels to get the win here over the Reds.
There we go. Angels minus 147 here against the Reds. I guess if it was 2013, I could probably get excited about Trout, not in 2023. As you know, Rod and I are butt heads in this one. The Angels as a team, to me, it's tough to back. They've been weak hitting 202 over the past 7 games. Giolito over his last 3, 16 earned runs allowed. It's just a mud pile here for the Angels. 5-21 against an NL team that can score 4.5 runs or greater. Team record behind Giolito of 8-20 against winning teams. You are going up against a lot here, but again, Giolito, the good home record. We'll see if they can get some excitement here with Trout in the lineup. But man, I don't. That line move is huge here.
It is a big line move, and look at that line. And everybody's on it. Everybody's jumping the Reds. The Reds have become a public dog, and everywhere I look, I see Reds, and more Reds. Even with the Trout news, as you said, because everybody's all like, no, this isn't going to happen. You know what? I'm going to take the Angels here to sneak out a win. I think it's going to be close. As you said, both teams have been struggling batting. Hey, 208 of the Reds been, I guess, right on pitching. Angels 204. So the under 9.5 might not be a bad look as well in this one. But I'm going to go with the Angels. We maybe butt heads. We can't agree on every single one, but I'm going with the Angels here.
He's going with the Angels. Rod here says take the Angels here at that minus price, minus 147 here. That's really where it is. It's where the number is, right? That number, I think, here in this one is significant here. So that's how Rod is on this one tonight on the Angels minus 147. Let's get to peripherals. Rod's looking at the Suns. We got a 4-game card here from WNBA tonight. Tonight's action from WNBA. So everybody loves the peripherals with Rod. We started off here tonight with the game here at top of the hour, Sun and Mystics. We see in this one the Sun favored 4, total 159.
Yeah, and you look at this one, Sun's favored for good reason. These teams have faced already 3 times this year, and the Suns have won all 3, covered the number in all 3. They won the first game of the year by 6, won the next game by 7, won the next game by 8. So they just keep getting better and better versus these Mystics. And we only have to cover 4, lay the points with the Suns here, who are also 6-0 ATS, their last 6 versus the Eastern Conference teams. Lay the -4. Suns get the win here in this one.
All right, Sun gets the win, says Rod, NBA TV to televise it here. Top of the hour, the Aces back in action. You know where the Aces are. Big favorites here. 16-point favorite. Can they avoid that big money line dog lose here? A loss. Money line favorite, I should say here. Laying 16 in this one, total 167.5.
Yeah, I would lay the points here with the Aces as well. You look at the Dream, they've got some injury issues going against them here in this one. Also, the Dream, sure, they did win the last time out, and when they do, they're follow it up with 0-4 ATS, their last 4, following a straight-up win. And the Aces, they did lose that last game. They lost it outright the last time out. They're going to be a little bit mad in this one. They're going to come out a little bit hot. Aces also 5-0 ATS following an ATS loss. So there's just too many injuries here for this Dream team. They played 3 times this year, and the one that has been close was here in Atlanta, but with the injury issues that Atlanta's dealing with right now, tough spot. Aces come in and roll them by 20+.
There we go, looking for a big win there. Wings and Links here, 8 Eastern time on the Twitter. You can find this one on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it here. Wings favored on the road 6, total 169.5.
Yeah, and you look at this one. This could be a close, tight game, but you know what? Not a lot of defense can be played here in this one tonight. I like the over. The over 5-1 in the last 6 for these Wings off of 1 day's rest. Also, or for the Lynx off of 1 day's rest. And you look at this Wings team, 8-0 to that over following a win. They just keep rolling right along, this Wings team, and I don't think a whole lot of defense can be played. Last couple meetings between these, they easily got into the 170s, and we only had 169.5. Take the over 169.5. I think both teams can easily get into the 170s in this one.
Good high scoring there from Radar. Here we go to wrap it up tonight. 8 Eastern time, Storm at the Sky. Sky's 4.5 with a total of 157.5.
Yeah, and you look at this one. This one jumped right out at me right away. We're going to take the Storm on the money line here. You look at the Sky. They've lost 5 straight games. And they're definitely not looking good. Storm, on the other hand, 4-1 ATS, their last 5 into Chicago. We're going to take the Storm money line. I think they outright the Sky. Skies have looked awful in their last 5 games. Struggling. Nosedive. Storm take advantage and get the win. They love coming to Chicago. They must enjoy the pizza in Chicago. and get themselves a nice win here, beating up the Sky.
All right, there you go from Rod. Let's get a quick recap here from Rod on WNBA for tonight's action. Okay, so we get a quick recap here from Rod. Okay, Suns and Mystics.
We're going to take the Connecticut Suns, lay the points over the Mystics.
Aces Dream.
We're going to lay the points with the Aces. I think they roll over the Dream tonight. Dream dealing with a bunch of injuries. Tough spot here for the Dream.
Wings Lynx.
Wings and Lynx, we're going to go over the total track meet. I think both teams can run and gun, and we get easily into the 170s in this one. Take the over.
Storm and Sky.
Storm, money line over the Sky. The Sky have been slumping and looking awful in their games. Storm come in and outright the Sky in this one.
There you go. That's from Rod Zawacky. And, of course, Rod's picking the baseball Angels minus 147 against the Reds. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodgement for tonight's action. It's down to 12 games on the board for Major League Baseball. Rod with showing good results over the last 7 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight, you get my 10-star play of the day. It's 49 and 32. The last 81 on that one. You can get it singly, or it's Tackle the Book Tuesday. So join me. Let's tackle the books together. My 10-star play of the day is included in that 3-pack. Had a nice winning day yesterday, nice winning week. So jump aboard while it's starting to heat up, and let's continue to crush the books. As all the cappers before me have said, it's that time of year. Grab a week pass, grab a month pass. We know I've definitely been dialed into some of this college football early. I'm going to definitely have a few plays in week 0 and week 1. I'm excited for the college football. NFL's starting to turn around as we've seen. I struggled at the start of preseason, and now I'm back to 5-5. So starting to turn things around there. I'm excited for football to start. Jump aboard, grab a month pass. We're gonna make some money, guaranteed this month.
Right, make some money with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dogs. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off those long-term passes or those individual plays that are credit guarantee, or credits are returned back to you. All right, Rod, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Definitely. Have yourself a good one tonight, everybody. Smash that like button. Costs you nothing. Helps us out a ton. We appreciate everybody that tunes into the Pick Dogs family. Appreciate everybody. Good luck with all your bets. Good luck with your bets, Tony.
You got it.
Have yourself a good night. Catch you tomorrow.
Catch them all. Rod Zawacky here on the Drive-Thru. Guys, if you missed any pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the Drive-Thru. This game has a little bit of drama into it right now, as there has been some management changes here, upper management changes here with this team, as we've got Mariners and White Sox going head-to-head. This is just breaking. Ken Williams and Rick Hahn gone from the White Sox organization. Hopefully this will spark them up a little bit. So Mariners and White Sox going head-to-head tonight, and we're going to be looking at this one here at the White Sox here, plus the 147 in this one. Wu is, let me make sure he's going to pitch, because he's been someone who had some issues being sidelined with that forearm injury. I just want to make sure there has been no pitching changes, and so's Clevenger and Wu still. Okay, we can verify that. So Wu is coming back here from that forearm issue. A rookie here, ERA 4.75. His WHIP is 1.24. Clevenger, though, has been pitching well. Over his 16 starts this year, ERA 3.26, a K rate of 20%. Thing here with this Clevenger, though, he's allowed one earned run or fewer in 4 of his past 5 starts. So Clevenger's got somewhat of a groove. Wu returns from that forearm injury, last pitched 19 days ago. Past 4 starts, Wu has allowed 16 runs in 20 1/3 innings. Let's see if we get a little edge here from the starting pitcher. Hope that'll carry through the game. Again, we've had some decisions here. We're seeing upper man Reinsdorf is just kind of cleaning house now with upper management here. So this is breaking right now. As we mentioned, Kenny Williams, Rick Hahn have been relieved of their duties. So we're going to see this team go in a different direction. Maybe this will boost the team a little bit. We'll go White Sox here, plus the 147 against the Mariners. This one will have a start time here of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, guys, check out Pick Dogs. I got 4 premium plays on the board, 3-pack, as well as a best bet on the board. You can also get on board with my long-term passes, my 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period. Just select when you go over to my handicapper page and make that selection. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that too for one capper promotion, making that even a greater value there. All right, let's continue on here on the Drive-Thru. Let's give you up to date on some of the scores. There are some gains in progress right now as we speak here. Rockies and Rays bottom first, no score. Nationals and the Yankees will start a little later, but let's get to the top of the lineup here. Tigers have pushed 2 across already. Tigers 2 across against the Cubs. Tigers 2-0, bottom of the first, still batting here against Chicago. And the Giants have pushed one across. They're out on the top of the first, head to the bottom of the first inning here with the Giants up 1-0, and we gave you that Rocky score. All right, let's get to the recap here for tonight's games. And we've got Alex here with the Cubs, -115 against the Tigers. Damian liked the D-backs, -108 against the Rangers. We had the Tony Brown on the Dodgers, run on 8, the run and a half, -119 against the Guardians. James likes the Orioles, -106 against the Blue Jays. Jay on the Brewers, even money against the Twins. Wayne, Rockies-Rays over 8.5. Rod, Angels, -147 against the Reds. We had myself on White Sox, +147 here against the Mariners. One I like the most, I like the one that Jay gave out here with even money here with these Brewers here at even money against the Twins. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you guys tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat place. They'll have their place for us here in the primetime hours. Don't forget, it always gets started with the morning show. This during the week, it's 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch. We got Chris. We got Jay here with you. Also, we got a lot of the video series up here. We got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Betting Tool Show is roundtable professional discussions as well. We got Chris's home run derby, her home run prop video for you guys. Ron Romanelli Major League Baseball rundown as well. We've got the Jays preseason NFL rundown coming back here on Thursday as the actions continue. Ron Romanelli is going to also transition to college football rundown as well. And we also have plays here from Nick Menken, Nerfies, Jerfies, Mills with his prop video of the day, as well as UFC rundown. Of course, Brad with his parlay video of the day, and a lot more content here on Pick Dogs. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so when these picks come out, you get them in real time. So that will work as well. All right, that will do it here for the. Let's see here. That'll do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru. Make sure you guys tune in again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, let's go ahead and let's bring in our cappers here from the show tonight. Go ahead and bring everybody in right now. I'm going to wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great evening. We'll catch up with you again here tomorrow here on